What is going on, everybody? We get another phone call, another voicemail left to the channel regarding the Sixers. It's a hot item right now. People are concerned. What are the Sixers going to do? So we are going to take a phone call about the Sixers. But before we do, the link is in the description down below on how to call into the channel. I would love for you guys to leave your sports points to ask me questions so I can discuss them here on Sports Talk with Brodes. Before you go run and do that, though, let's take a listen.
Hey bros, this is Amon. I was just wondering if you think that the 76ers should hire another GM and let Brett Brown coach separate from the GM's responsibilities. And I was also wondering if you think there are any other major threats in the East besides the Celtics.
Listen, that's a good question. I mean, do we need a GM? Yes. I mean, obviously we do need a GM. But I think right now, since he has been the one that's been attacking these players in free agency and talking to these coaches, I think he needs to finish the job. We obviously do need a GM at some point, but the Sixers have had a foundation for quite some time. And to bring someone new in at this very moment when we have this Kawhi Leonard situation and this LeBron situation going on, I think that might be a little too hectic, a little too all over the place. If Brett Brown gets the free agency done, and then we bring in a new GM, I think that fits best. Only because he's attacked some of these players. He's attacked the free agency. He's the guy who's been through this. He's a player's coach. He's relatable. He's not a bad option to have. I know it looks bad to not have a GM in place as a Sixers organization, but there's no rush. You need to get the right guy. You need to get the guy that's going to come in and adapt to the culture that we already have built. And Brett Brown is doing a fine job. It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows how to attack these players. It might even be better that someone like Brett Brown is going out there over like Colangelo. You know what I mean? Like if I'm a player and Brett Brown's talking to me or Brian Colangelo's talking to me, I feel like I can relate a little bit more and a little better with Brett Brown. So I think right now at this very moment, I'm okay with just attacking free agency with Brett Brown, letting him be the player's coach that he is, go out there with that accent that he has that everybody falls in love with, and say, listen, this is what I'm going to do for you. Me, personally, I'm the coach. I'm the one who's going to be with you day in and day out, so he can straight up legit tell him this is how it's going to be, and I think that the players can relate to that a little bit. So it is a little concerning that, you know, if you're a free agent, like this team doesn't even have a GM, but we're going to attack, obviously we're going to attack that situation, but I don't know if right now is the move, because we're already halfway in, our feet are halfway in the water right now, trying to get some of these free agents to bring in somebody different, and then be like, oh yeah, this is how it's going to be now. It could mess up the flow a little bit. So obviously, we are going to need a GM down the line, but I think after free agency, let's get our guys, let's attack who we want to attack, and then we will figure out that situation. Regarding the second half, who else is a legitimate threat in the East? I think there's good teams out there, I do. I think if LeBron leaves Cleveland, right, and isn't in the, I mean, it really depends because on where LeBron goes. LeBron goes anywhere in the East, automatic threat. Automatic threat. So, take him out of Cleveland and say Boston. I'm not saying he goes to Boston. I'm saying Boston's a threat, obviously. So take LeBron out of it, because that's such a game changer. You're going to have nice teams in there, right? You're going to have teams that obviously can compete. You look at what Victor Oladipo and the Pacers did. I mean, that's a little bit of a squad that's like, okay, I mean, they took LeBron to 7. Victor Oladipo's on a whole new level now, right? I mean, they lose in Game 7. He's already texting his trainer saying, all right, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready to work. So I think they're an interesting team. I wouldn't say like a threat, but I think there's some teams that could make us work. The obvious one is the Celtics, right? Even the Toronto Raptors, they're not a bad team. And if you do take LeBron out of the situation, is it a possibility they can finally make a run? Because obviously LeBron's the kryptonite. Possibly. So the Celtics, Toronto, and then I would have to think, it's teams like us. So the biggest threats are the top dogs that were there last year. Obviously, factoring in LeBron. I mean, if LeBron goes to one of these teams, they're going to have to go up there. I can't imagine them going to the East and the landing spot not be Cleveland, which I can't imagine that happening. The Boston Celtics, which I couldn't imagine Kyrie leaving Cleveland because of LeBron, and then the Celtics are like, oh, hey, by the way, Kyrie, we're bringing LeBron to you. I can't imagine that happening. So the Sixers, unless they really do trade LeBron out west to the Lakers, but it's been confirmed that the Spurs really don't want to trade him in conference, so he is going to be coming to the Eastern Conference. So that whatever squad he lands on, threat, unless it's the Sixers, then we're the threat, baby. Then we're the threat. But I'm trying to think on some other teams. I mean, there's some nice pieces in there, like I said, Toronto, and then you have squads like the Indiana Pacers, and are they really that much of a threat? No, but they got a nice little team. They got a nice squad that can make you work hard and earn it. They got a nice little thing going on, but do they compare to what the Sixers can bring to the table? No, I don't think so. So that's what we have. That's our two situations right now. I think we ride out this free agency a little bit with Brett Brown, see what he can attack, because he's already halfway in the mojo right now. And then with the threats, I mean, it's kind of like almost the same thing. It really is Boston at this point. We're looking up at them saying, all right, we got to find a way. We got to find a way to get to that level. That's where we need to be. And it's the truth. I mean, we're looking up right now at Boston and saying we need to get there. We need to find players to get there. And I think it's a good possibility. So I want you guys to call into the channel. I want you guys to talk to me, ask me questions, give me thoughts and opinions on this one. The link is in the description on how to do it. Use your cell phone, voice recording app, record yourself, bang. Email it over to sportsandbrodes@gmail.com. It is so simple. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.